Hi everyone, welcome to this channel. So in today's tutorial I'll be teaching you how to make this beautiful flay gown. This is 180-degree flay. So guys, if you're interested in knowing this, kindly hit on the like and the subscribe button. Do well by turning on your notification bell so you can get notified whenever we post a new video. So guys, let's get straight into the video. So to calculate 180-degree flay, which is half circle, so to get the radius of the flay, first the waist plus your zipper allowance divided by 3.142. So this is the formula for it. So but if you want to pleat your flay, so you're just going to add extra allowance to this. So instead of using this formula, you're just going to use the radius to get the radius of the flay. That is your waist measurement plus the zipper allowance plus maybe like 5 to 6 extra inch, depending on how full you want this to be. Then you divide everything by 3.142. Okay, so also if you want to get the length of the flay, so your full length minus your half length. So the full length that we are working with is 39 minus half length of 16. So just work with your measurement. So that's it. So right now we are going to add the radius of the flay together with the length of the flay. Okay, so the radius of your flay plus the length of your flay will determine the amount of fabric to fold. So guys, after I was done doing my calculation, the radius of my flay is 13 while the length of my flay is 22. So right now I'm going to add 13 to 22 in order to know what to fold exactly. Okay, so that's what you are going to be folding. So when we get to that point, I'll let you know what to do. So guys, let's just get straight into the video. I went ahead to draft my basic bodies, although this is a shoulder bustier. So I have a video tutorial on how to achieve this. Okay, so I'll be dropping the link in the description box so you can access the video. Watch the video for better understanding. So I just went ahead to draft my shoulder bustier. I'll be making use of this pattern. I'll be transferring it to my fabric. So you're expected to watch the video so you can understand better in case you haven't watched this video. So here is my front pattern. I'll also go ahead to draft the back pattern as well. Please make sure you have watched this video before proceeding to the next. So here is our back pattern. I went ahead to draft the back pattern as well. Okay, so we'll be working with our pattern. In case you don't have enough fabric, it's actually good you draft your pattern so it will be easy for you to just work with your fabric. Okay, so guys, our back and our front pattern is ready. Next we are going to cut our flay. Remember the value we had is 13 and 22. So if you add this up, you are going to have 35. So you're just going to add one extra inch. 36 is better you have enough than to have a shortage. So fold your fabric into two. Remember it's 36. Then you're just going to fold in a triangular form. Just watch what I'm doing. Just fold it in a triangular form. So this is how you fold 180-degree flay. Next, I'm going to place my tape at that end. Then I'm going to be marking the radius of my circle, which is 13. Just go ahead and mark 13 like you see me doing. Okay, remember you're going to add the radius of your flay plus the length of your flay to know what to fold exactly. So I'm going to place my tape also to measure the length of my flay. So I'm just going to be marking 22. Okay, just go ahead and mark 22 just like you see me doing. Just go ahead and mark 22. So here is it. This is the length of our flay. Remember I went ahead to cut the lining piece, so I've transferred it to the main fabric. So I added 1 inch extra when I was cutting on the main fabric. So I added 1 inch extra. So I also went ahead to transfer my back pattern to my fabric. I added half of an inch on the shoulder and on the waist. Also, here is my sleeve. I went ahead to cut the lining piece as well. So make sure you have 2 pieces For the center front, just go ahead and add half 0.5 inch all the way. Then also for the side front, to go ahead and add 0.5 inch all the way, and make sure you cut the lining piece. This is my hairstay. I'm going to attach this to my fabric, and also I'll be using this for my padding. So what I will do, I just go ahead and mark like you see me doing, and I'll stop at the under bust. Okay, just go ahead and mark this out. Then I'm just going to use my bust span measurement. The bust span measurement that I'm using is 4. You add 1 extra inch, that is 5. So you place it at the center and just go ahead and mark 5 all the way. So I'm just going to cut this out so you can actually see what I just marked. Okay, so this is it. So when you place this is totally fine. So turn it to the wrong side, and you can just trim off a little excess. So this is how you pad your bustier. Then I'm also going to cut that for the center front. Make sure your padding is going to stop under the bust. So measure what you have for the side front. Then you're just going to, I have 8, so just go ahead and arc 8 like you see me doing. Then I'm just going to trace it out like so. So this is just the easiest way to go about this. So this is it, guys. So next I'll go to for this, I'm also going to be using a tulle net for this. So the easiest way is to measure before cutting. And also for my sleeve, I'll turn it to the wrong side. I'm going to stitch the hem of this sleeve first. I'm going to repeat the same thing to the second sleeve, stitch the hem, and also for the back, go ahead and stitch the neck, the zipper area, and sew the dart separately. So guys, for this flay, I'm going to be folding using my 1 inch. Just go ahead and fold using 1 inch. You repeat the same thing to the lining piece. Go ahead and fold the hem, or you can use a bias to turn this. Okay, just make sure you fold the hem of this flay. Just go ahead and do it all the way around. After I was done adding my interfacing to my fabric, this is what it looks like. I added both on the lining piece and the actual fabric. Okay, so this is it. I'm just going to place it like so, and I'll go to my machine. I'll stitch very close using 0.25. Okay, then I'll also repeat the same thing to the side. I'll stitch like so, and I'll join the two together. I'll do that and show you what it looks like. Just take your time when doing this. Just go ahead and stitch using 0.25 inch. So for the sleeve, after I was done stitching, I turned it out, I ironed, and I'll go ahead and stitch both the lining and the actual fabric together. And after I was done joining my bustier, this is what it looks like. Can you see? So this is what you should have. Just go ahead and stitch, and this is the lining piece. Make sure you iron after stitching. I'll go to my machine and I'll stitch the neck, then I'll turn it out and iron. For the back, like I said, sew the dart separately, then turn the neck and the zipper allowance, then iron. I'm going to join the fabric and the lining together now. So guys, after I was done doing, this is what it looks like. I also joined the shoulder together. This is what you should have. Next, I'll go to my machine. I'll stitch using right side facing each other. Place both the back and the front together and stitch very close. This is just a way to attain a neat finishing. Stitch using half of an inch, okay, on the right side. So, and also you repeat the same thing to the sleeve. Stitch using half of an inch on the right side. So guys, for this, we are going to add these two nets. So the length of it totally depends on how you want this to be. Remember, the length of my flay is actually 39. So I went ahead to reduce my flay, then I went ahead to cut my tulle net. So the tulle net is about 9 to 10 inch. So what you're going to do, you're just going to place your half length, your tape on your half length, which is 15. Then you're just going to place your tulle net on your actual fabric and mark on that point. Can you see? So when you put your tulle net, it's going to give you your exact length measurement. So guys, I went ahead to mark just like you see me doing. So I went ahead to mark all the way around. So from the point I mark to the hem of my flay is actually 6.5. So go ahead and mark it all the way. So guys, I'll also go ahead and stitch my tulle net on the lines that we just marked out, okay? Make sure you iron this net before cutting. This is just the best and easiest way for you. Iron before cutting. So I'm just going to place it like so. Remember, you're going to be marking on the right side of your fabric. So you're just going to be stitching. Just go ahead and pleat, okay? Or you can run a gather stitch. So just go ahead, go to your sewing machine and stitch all the way. Just follow the lines that we just marked. It's just going to serve as a guideline for you. So this is not easy, but it's something you can do. So guys, after I was done, this is what it looks like. I went ahead to turn it to the wrong side and I imputed my measurement. That is, after I was done stitching on the right side first, so you turn it to the wrong side and impute your measurement. We just want to attain a neat finishing, okay? Just go ahead and confirm your measurement before proceeding to the next one, okay? So this is it. When you turn it to the right side, this is what it looks like. I'm so loving it already. This is actually looking so beautiful. So guys, for the sleeve, I'll go ahead and turn it to the wrong side like we did for the upper bodies. So you impute your body measurement. After stitching on the right side, turn it to the wrong side. Then you're going to impute your upper round sleeve measurements. What I'm using is 12 divided by 2 is 6. So go ahead and mark 6 like so. Then you connect the 2 points together. You repeat the same thing to the second sleeve. Go ahead and impute your round sleeve measurement, which is 12 divided by 2 is 6. So you go to your machine and stitch on the lines that we just marked. Then you fix your sleeve to your dress, okay? So I'll do that and show you exactly what it looks like. So guys, can you see after I was done splitting my two nets to my flay, this is what it looks like. I used about 3 yards of this net, so this is it. It's looking so beautiful already. Can you see? This is so fine. It's so beautiful. So take your time when doing this. I also went ahead to fix my sleeve. Can you see? It's looking so beautiful already. You're going to fix your sleeve to your dress. When you turn it to the wrong side, this is what it looks like. Can you see? It's looking so beautiful. The finishing is so fine. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So the next thing I went ahead to do, I'm just going to fold it into two like you see me doing. Then I'll notch the center. Okay, this is actually essential for us. Just go ahead and notch this center. Then also just take note of your zipper allowance, your side seam, your center front and your side front, okay? So, or you can actually fold it into two like so, then you fold it over again. Just whichever way, just make sure you mark your zipper allowance, which is going to be 1 inch. Okay, I went ahead to mark my zipper allowance on both sides. So right now I'm going to be working on my flay. I'll fold it into two as well, notch the midpoint like I did for the upper part. Then you fold it into two again. Then make sure you measure your zipper allowance, which is 1.5. Then you notch again. You know, we are going to be pleating this to our half cuts, so we want the pleats to be evenly. So what I'll do next, I'm just going to place them together, right side facing each other, the right side of my flay. Then I'm going to look for the notch. I'm going to secure it with my pin. Just go ahead and notch and secure with your pin the part that we just finished notching. Here is my center front. Just go ahead and secure with your safety pin. Okay, so this is the essence of notching before securing with your pin. Okay, it's going to guide you a lot. So when you get to this other end, you are going to spin it in such a way that you leave about 0.5 inches away from the start line. You repeat the same thing to the other side as well. I'll show you why you should do this later. just make sure you leave about 0.5 inch first before attaching it to your half cut. So I'll go to my machine now and I'm going to stitch and pleat the excess. Can you see? You can see that I have a little excess. Just go ahead and pin and pleat. Okay, so you do the same thing to the next one. That's what you do until you get to the other end. So guys, after I was done stitching, this is what it looks like. Can you see? I've been able to stitch this to my upper bodice. So next I'm going to, for my lining piece, I went ahead to fold the under as well, the hem of this lining. This is it. I went ahead to fold it. So I'm going to fold it into two like we did earlier. So you're going to notch it, then you fold it over again. Just watch what I'm doing. Then you make sure you take your zipper allowance, which is 1.5, then you notch it. Okay, so this is it. I'm going to use this to cover up my seam, my stitch. So on the right side of your lining piece, place it to your upper bodies like you see me doing, right side facing each other. Then I'm going to be stitching. I'm going to be securing with my safety pin. Just go ahead and do what we've been doing before. Just watch closely. Make sure you secure with your safety pin so this can be easy for us to pleat. Next, I'll go to my sewing machine. I'm going to be stitching all the way. Just go ahead and stitch using 1/2 inch from the hem of my gown, of my flay. Just go ahead and stitch. You know, the essence of leaving that 1/2 inch so we can have access to sew this. So I'm just going to continue my stitch, then I'm going to pleat as well, pleat the excess lining that we have in between. So you repeat the same thing when you get to the other end. Remember we left 1/2 inch, so just go ahead and stitch using 1/2 inch. Then I'll show you what it looks like. So guys, after I was done stitching, this is what it looks like. Can you see? It actually came out so fine. It's looking beautiful already. Can you see? So next I'll go ahead and I'll turn it out just like you see me doing. This is just a way to attain neat finishing. It's not easy. We made it, guys. It's looking so beautiful already. So you can go over to your ironing table and iron it flat. Okay. So next, what we have left to do is just to fix our zipper, and that will be all for this tutorial. So I'm just going to place them together, the center back, place them together. Then from the waistline I'm going to come down by 6 inch, between 6 to 7 inch. Okay, so I marked 6.5. So from that point I'm just going to mark 1 inches down, go to my machine and stitch it down, then fix my zip, and that will be the end of this tutorial. So guys, here is the final outcome after I was done stitching. So if you find this helpful, do not forget to hit on the like and the subscribe button, and always turn on your notification bell so you can get notified whenever I post a new video. So guys, thank you for watching my videos. Thank you so much. I'm grateful. God bless you. See you in my next video. Bye.